Okay, good morning to all you. Another practice session. I'm gonna repeat P-40 takeoff circuit and landing training, operational readiness training mission. Let's join boring server training SLT Steel Skies server. Let me just check the sound, check the video. Good morning to all you. Another, I've got sound, I've got video. And I've got beautiful 3 hours of time available for my practice mission. Okay. Let's do that and view the airfield. Something isn't right with the stream, and it's gonna be repeat of no technochat, trim handling, training. I need to establish a good skill of managing trims without technochat, but I need fine-tuning those trims, so I need precise movements and precise values of trim top. And that's quite a challenge. I've set a snap view. That should help. No, something's wrong still with the stream. I will not be able to see comments or to see who is either to see comments, so sorry if I do not answer your chat comment. United States Army Air Force solid trap painting 100% without modifications. Start. No digital heading indicator needed. And first track IR settings check. It might be okay. Yeah, it's okay. Technochat don't need it. Joystick control is okay, and trims to neutral, RPM up to maximum, cowl shutters half closed, engine start. And I will try to memorize, repeat trim settings. 5, 6 to climbing. Zero 0.4, 0.5, 90%, that should be, yeah. Okay. Seven point 17.165%, 15.8.9, 60, 14.5, 55, 13.2, 50, yeah. 12.0 is 45 and 10.7, 10.8, 40. And then rudder trim 3.4, it's for descending, wheels down, flaps down, descending. I need to fix my stream, sorry for the delay. Very short delay. Yeah, okay. Now it's fine. Lights on. So once again, 5, 4, 5.4 will be 34%. 9. Yes, 9 is gonna be for strafing 60%, and 7 is gonna be 85% for straight and level flight. Back to 5.4. And how about descending? I don't need it yet. Okay, I don't need that in this session. Now I will do some practice landing runs. That was a mistake last time. More than 1500 RPM to start moving, parking brakes off. Throttle backwards. $1100 RPM will be too much. I need 1015, 1020. Now it's 1035 is too much. 1040. Okay, 1010, 15, no. 1005 is set. That's not enough, I think. Let me just stop. Everything should be comfortable. It was too hot. Once again, more than 1500 RPM to start moving. Back, throttle back to 1015, 1020 RPM. I should be okay. 1010. I would say 1008, 1009 RPM right now. Well, taxiing speed is more or less okay. Yeah, I would say taxiing speed is fine. Absolutely fine. Let's try and do taxiing without circling. Very convenient taxiing speed. Okay, I've changed my mind. I probably will not do any. I will not do any practice landing runs. What's wrong with track IR in this stupid game? Because of that track IR, now I'm forced to change my power settings once again. Rolling jack shouldn't be so different on sand, on grass, and my track IR settings shouldn't be changed without any G's. Stupid game, undeveloped. I use brakes to turn right because I need to have heading perpendicular to my takeoff, and I will repeat takeoff circuit and landing procedure without technochat. I will use only snap view, and my trim settings were incorrect. Five, 6 and 5, 4, something like that. Now I'm checking out the 43 standard, 43% RPM lever, but I really not able to see it. And 72, yeah, I will not be able to handle it well, but that's okay. Okay, in 0 seconds I will start moving, rolling to my initial takeoff spot. I do that without any brakes, only with rudder steering. Ugly bump when you get yourself from taxi runway into landing runway. Unrealistic ugly bump. Someone didn't do his job well. And in 30 seconds advance the throttle gradually in 5 seconds to 39 inches, and one small correction. Perfect, perfect, no technochat needed. Higher airspeed, more manifold pressure you've got, so you need to maintain 38, 39 inches in the start of that acceleration, and take off. RPM down and throttle down. Throttle backwards, she's stabilized. I set the correct RPM settings. It should be okay. Fix my rudder trim, and let's start transition into straightened level. Minus 10%, that means 5.9 RPM down to 43. She's lowering her nose. Minus 5% more. Elevator trim minus 5% more. Minus 5% more. I watch her nose behavior, if she's climbing or pitching her nose up or pitching her nose down. I watch vertical speed, and that movement was a little bit too early, but I would say it was fine and much better than last time. I'm absolutely stabilized. My P-40 is almost stabilized. I like it, so snap view really works. And my airspeed is too much. Let's make it 20.6, 20.5. .6 manifold pressure. Let's wait and see if that's okay. Close cowl shutters. On P-40 I'm quite confident. I know those stabilized attitude settings pretty well, but I need to fix RPM. RPM is too much. It should be 2220 RPM, a little bit more, a little bit like that. RPM is not the biggest concern, and P-40 stabilized, I like it. So let's do transition. Now I've got stabilized straight and level attitude. Let's do transition into stabilized climbing attitude. No, actually it's not straight and level. She changed her. He changed my joystick has changed throttle lever position without my movement. That happens. Maybe I should repair my joystick. I'll do that. But anyway, let's do transition into stabilized climbing. First, plus 5% elevator trim on 12. RPM up to 72%. She starts climbing. When she stops pitching her nose up, plus 5% more. Now she's and plus 5% more. I should do that quicker, faster, and that plus 5% more, and plus 5% more. RPM a little bit forward, and plus 5% more, and advance the throttle. Well, this transition is still not good. I was too slow. I should do that faster. The trick is to see her nose behavior. If she's pitching her nose down or pitching her nose up, you should wait until she stops pitching her nose up. That means no more excessive airspeed, and you should increase elevator trim 5% more. 5% Technochat, but without Technochat I use that scale, that trim top scale. Those numbers I use. Okay, let's repeat transition from climbing into stabilized straight and level, minus 10%. Technochat elevator trim, RPM down to 2200. Minus 5% more. Radar to 7. Minus 5% more. I was too late. I should do that earlier. So she has climbed, lost airspeed. I didn't need that. So my flight profile isn't smooth with waves. I didn't need that, and minus 5% more. And wait until she starts pitching her nose up and retard the throttle. Retard the throttle. Perfect. Absolutely stabilized. Not absolutely, but some excessive airspeed is there, but you will not be able to avoid that. Nothing is perfect. And I will just wait and see if my airspeed isn't enough. I've reduced RPM. It was 2250. I need 2220. That's quite ridiculous, but very rudimental. 43% in straight and level. My airspeed isn't enough, so 20.6 manifold pressure is not enough. But anyway, I will not fix it. I will do transition into stabilized climbing once again. Okay, plus 5% on 12, RPM up to 72%. She starts climbing, pitching her nose up, plus 5% more, pitching her nose a little bit more, plus 5% more, plus 5% more, plus 5% more, and plus 5% more. Advance the throttle, 27.5, 28 inches. Okay, that's stabilized. I've got no clue what aileron trims are now, but I will be able to feel that. Okay, more or less stabilized, and once again transition to straight and level attitude, minus 10% elevator trim, RPM down to 43%, radar to 7, minus 5% more. I was too late. Minus 5% more. And minus 5% more. and retarded throttle. I was too late on retarding the throttle. Excessive airspeed causing positive vertical speed and pitching her nose up. Right click, right turn. Excessive power, 1.5–2 inches. Bank angle 15 degrees. Watch your vertical speed indicator. Watch your nose behavior, her nose behavior. And that's okay. If you exceed 15-degree bank angle, you can reduce your bank angle for some moment. If your bank angle was insufficient, you can increase your bank angle so your turn will be standard. Turn time will be standard. That's important for group flying, even though I'm alone. Okay, retarded throttle. Now, some reason she's got insufficient airspeed. I really do not understand why. My RPM wasn't too good, so this in real cockpit I would make myself some steps on this lever, and I would feel, to get myself tactile feeling when RPM lever is on needed position. So without that, Technochat is the best feature. Technochat RPM lever position is the best way to adapt realistic control handling for users who's got simple joystick and simple controls for regular users. Okay. 21.5 21.05 inches. Manifold pressure is set. I've got absolutely fine track IR set, and some reason track IR doesn't maintain central settings, and that's not my issue, that's software issue. Yeah, airspeed is too much. I need to set 20.8 manifold pressure. And my joystick gives me only 20.6 or 21.0. So I'm forced to open cold shutters a little bit more to fine-tune my airspeed. So let's do transition into wheels down, flaps down, descending for final approach. Okay. I know the drill. Something's wrong with track IR. Okay. Wheels down, throttle backwards and forwards a little bit. RPM up to maximum. Elevator trim. Uh, 0.45. Now she starts losing airspeed. Pull up just to prevent her from losing altitude. Flaps down, nose down, advance the throttle. I was too late on lowering her nose, so vertical airspeed is insufficient right now because of that. I've changed rudder trim settings and elevator trim settings. Now my P-40 is perfectly stabilized. Wheels down, flaps down, final approach, stabilized descending, everything's fine. And the most complicated and difficult for me transition is from this stabilized attitude of wheels down, flaps down, final approach descending into stabilized climbing. Vertical speed is almost constant. Okay, let's do that transition. So Wheels up, throttle forward on 30 inches, pull up, flaps half up, RPM down to 72%, elevator down to 70, trim, flaps up, retard the throttle, nose up, nose up, and more or less stabilized, I would say. But I've got no clue what's my aileron trim settings are. Yeah, more or less stabilized. I did well. Now I will climb 1800 feet, then we'll do transition into stabilized, straight and level, throttle forward, RPM was too much, a little bit backwards. My P-40 is stabilized. Okay, stabilized attitude is very comfortable. You maintain more or less the same vertical speed, but without manifold pressure governor you should constantly correct your throttle lever position to maintain the same manifold pressure. And let's do transition into straight and level. Minus 10% elevator trim, RPM down to 43, she's lowering her nose, rudder to 7, minus 5% more on 14.5, weight minus 5% more, 13.2, weight minus 5% more on 12.0, minus 5% more, 10.7. Wait until she starts pitching nose up and retard the throttle. A little bit excessive airspeed is there, my mistake, but nevertheless this standard operational procedure of transition from one stabilized attitude into another was executed quite well, I must say. You don't need Technochat to set your rudder trim and to set your aileron trim, but because your side slip indicator will show you zero side slip angle and you will feel the tendency to bank left or bank right. But in order to have standard elevator trim settings, you should have standard I wonder, oh, it was 41, it was 41, not 40. Nothing you can do with that. Okay, my airfield is there, and next I will do how we call it roundabout in Russian, takeoff circuit and landing. Takeoff circuit, land. Takeoff circuit, land. I will do touch and go. No, I will do landing, then not touch and go, but actual landing, and then instead of landing run I will do takeoff acceleration, takeoff and climbing. So I've got insufficient power. Once again my joystick has moved throttle lever without my manipulation. Okay, 1700 feet is a little bit lower than I need. I would like to have 1800 feet, but during the next standard operational procedure, which is right turn, 180 turn, I will climb a little bit, so not a problem. Here's Lymington. My standard approach straight is here over the eastern Lymington outskirts, and let's wait a little bit longer and do 180 right turn. Okay, let's do it. Bank right, excessive power, pull up, additional power, pull up, pull up, do not let her lose altitude. Let her climb a little bit. Maintain 15-degree bank angle. And I think I will be okay. I will be right on my approach straight. Yeah, fine. And I will do need some shift left, standard operational procedure. Retard the throttle, level up, 1 new heading is 150, and turn left. I would say it will be (20 degrees). Right shift, turn right, sorry, turn right. 3-4 degrees bank angle. Turn right 20 degrees and then turn left, back left, not 20, let's make it 15. Yeah, this training session is immense boredom, but I actually like it. I need my operational readiness for the servers without TechnoChat, because not like an A20 level bombing mission where it's all fine. My strafing missions, I experience lack of practicing. Finnish server is quite ugly, doesn't give you vehicle convoys. I'm quite far right, but nevertheless. Okay, in 35 seconds I've started my overhead brake pattern. You need to know that timing, and in case of group performing overhead brake pattern, you declare that time, and all group members do the same what you doing right now, but only with 15 seconds delay, and they will do opposite heading or 2/4 shifting 15 seconds more each. So when I turn 330 on heading 330, I will level up and fly straight and level for about 11 seconds. I will need it to get myself into a standard final approach transition initial point. It shouldn't be too close to landing strip threshold. Leveled up in 20 seconds. So in 31 seconds I will proceed with my left turn. Proceed. Take a look at an airfield. I'm okay, not too far, not too close. I will not have left-right error, so it's fine. Not too far, maybe, no, absolutely not too far, not too close for P-40. And when my heading is 240, so perpendicular to my landing heading, I will start my standard transition from straightened level, stabilized attitude, into stabilized wheels down, flaps down, descending. Level up, wheels down, throttle backwards and forwards a little bit, turn left, pull up, RPM full forward, rather elevator trim up, pull up, do not let her lose altitude, let her lose vertical airspeed, and when it's lower than 130 miles per hour indicated, flaps down, nose down, extract the throttle forward. And once again I'm above my glide slope, I'm overshooting once again. Awful landing. 37.5 inches. Extract flaps. Elevator trim on 70%, and lap wheels up, RPM down to 72%, bank left. Retard the throttle. Well, she's more or less stabilized. I do that on auto lean. That's wrong, but yeah, I don't care, and I should level up on 060 for 17 seconds or something like that. And turn left. And now it will be very difficult. Probably I will note the timing when I get on 330 on opposite heading, and 40 seconds later I will start my final 90 degrees left turn on final approach. Leveled up in 20 seconds, so in 0 seconds I will start my left turn. Not ideal, I must say, absolutely not ideal. Okay, minus 10% elevator trim down, RPM down to 43%. Minus 5% more. Minus 5% more. Turn left. Minus 5% more. Minus 5% more. And retard the throttle. More or less okay. That was my roundabout. Oh, I'm quite far left, but that's okay. Level up, wheels down, throttle backwards and forward a little bit, RPM maximum, back, retard the throttle, turn left, elevator trim up to 0.4. Do not let her climb. Do not let her climb. Let her lose airspeed. When it's less than 130 miles per hour indicated, it extract flaps and lower her nose, and yeah, advance the throttle a little bit. Now I'm on my final approach glissade. That's perfect, I would say. That's perfect. Final approach trajectory is very important for good landing. That's my experience. It seems to me I'm overshooting a little bit. That's not right impression. False impression. I'm absolutely fine. Lower vertical speed, retard the throttle. Better this time. 37 inches. 37 inches. Okay. Wheels up. RPM down to 72%, rather. Throttle backwards. She's stabilized and climbing. And level up on 060. Level up. Leveled up in 57 seconds plus 17 seconds, that's 14 seconds. 17, 18 seconds you have to fly straight and level to get yourself to avoid left, right, actually left error while on landing, because climbing circle is radius is less than straight and level circle 15 degree, the same 15 degrees bank angle. Circle turning in climbing radius is significantly lower, so you should compensate that with one quarter shifting. And I watch time when I 330 heading, when I reach heading 330 in 0 seconds leveled up. So in 40 seconds I will start my final third 90 degrees turn on final approach. I must say it's better than I've been expected. For now, touchdowns are bad, but everything else is fine. Minus 10% elevator trim, RPM down to 43. She's lowering her nose, rudder to 7, and minus 5% more. Do not sleep that. Minus 5% more. Oh, I'm too late. I'm too late. Minus 5% and 10% more. I'm too late. I was 8 seconds late on my left. And you can see you're too far from the landing strip. Retard the throttle. But anyway, I will do my transition 8 seconds later. I will turn and start my transition later. Okay, wheels down, throttle backwards and forwards a little bit, RPM forward, full forward, elevator trim forward, up, flaps down, nose down. Yeah, I'm overshooting. That didn't go well. Lower vertical speed, pull up, retard the throttle. Perfect, perfect. Flaps up, 37 inches. Elevator trim down to 5.6. Accelerate when it's 130 miles per hour indicated, take off. Pull up, wheels down, RPM down to 72%. Let her accelerate and retard the throttle. She must be stabilized right now. Fix your rudder trim settings and aileron. What's my aileron? Not good. When it's 060 heading, level up and do 1/4 shifting in order to fix left error on landing approach. Standard. And note the timing, 35 seconds was when I leveled up, plus 17, 18 seconds. That means 52, 53 seconds. Can proceed with left turning. How's my airfield looking? Nothing unusual, so maybe I didn't do a huge mistake. And remember to note the time when you have got 330 heading, level up in 37 seconds, plus 40 seconds, that's 17 seconds, and do transition into straight and level, minus 10%. Elevator trim, RPM down to 43. Rudder to 7. RPM down to 14.5, that's 13.2, that's 50. And 2 seconds left to 12, and turn left, turn left, turn left. And minus 5% more, 10.7 inches. Watch your bank angle. And retard the throttle. I'm lower than I should be. Watch your landing strip. I'm fine, not too close, not too far. Maybe, no, not too close, not too far, I'm fine. When it's 240 heading, level up and do standard transition from stabilized straight and level to stabilized wheels down, flaps down, descending. It's not good lately. Level up, wheels down, throttle backwards and forwards, RPM forward, elevator trim up to 0.45. Don't let her climb, don't let her descend. Retard the throttle. Throttle position was inaccurate. That's the problem. Throttle position was inaccurate. Flaps down, nose down. First mistake was too much throttle, and another mistake, I didn't pull up and she has descended too much. I should get rid from that mistake. I do not use zero throttle. I do not cut the throttle only because all my standard operational procedures should be suited for group flying, and you never do 0 or 100% in group flying. Reduce vertical speed, pull up, retard the throttle. Very bad touchdown. I'm embarrassed. Extract flaps, 37 inches. Lower elevator trim settings. Up, wheels down, wheels up. RPM down to 72%. Retard the throttle. Level up. I leveled up in 5:50 seconds, so in 7-8 seconds I will proceed with left, turn left. 330 level up in 56 seconds. So in 36 seconds I will proceed with final third left 90 degrees turn. This training session will not last too long. I will do penultimate circle landing attempt right now, then do full circle, minus 10% elevator trim, turn left rudder to 43%, minus 5% more, minus 5% more, elevator trim, minus 5% more, and minus 5% more. How's it looking? And retard the throttle. Okay. 240, level up, throttle, wheels down, throttle forwards and backwards and forward a little bit, bank left. RPM up to maximum, elevator trim up. That's what I'm talking about. You should be able to manage handle your trims and watch your nose, your airplane nose behavior. This is absolutely ugly, unrealistic, no technochat conditions. You should feel it with your hand, how much you move the trim tab. Okay, I'm undershooting. Yes, I'm undershooting a little bit. But anyway, let's do that landing. Only with excessive power I was able to avoid that undershooting. Reduce vertical speed, pull up, cut the throttle. Very bad touchdown. Another very bad touchdown, flaps up 37 inches. Elevator trim down. Pull up, wheels up, RPM down to 72%. Let her accelerate, retard the throttle. Do not collide with the tree top. And she should climb actually. Now we'll do the full circle with approach straight with everything. Yeah, more or less promising results. The next will be practice session of Bembridge vehicle convoy strafing, very long practice session, not too boring, and then I will try and do some combat missions. Not today, not next week of course, but maybe in a month's period. I just love P-40's directional stability is amazing after 820. Transitioning to straight and level starts now. Minus 10%, 15.9, RPM down to 43, radar to 7, minus 5% more, 14.5, minus 5% more, 13.2, minus 5% more, 12.0. Minus 5% more, 10.7. Retard the throttle. Okay. Additional power, left turn. She's more or less stabilized. That's a 90 degrees left turn. Level up on 060. I should have 21.0 manifold pressure. My joystick doesn't get me that. .0. I will fly 060 for a while, then turn 330, and I will. This is the area of entering approach straight. This straight is overhead brake pattern initial point approach straight, and on P-40 you should enter that area with heading perpendicular to that straight. You should pick up the right timing for left or right 90 degrees turn and do that turn. I will find that area by this elongated paddle. Okay, turn left 15 degrees bank angle, pull up, additional power. New heading 330. There's Bembridge convoy over there. Watch your bank angle, retard the throttle, under turning 30 degrees. You should get rid of additional power and level up. This is Portsmouth. This is Southampton on 11 o'clock. So what kind of the main mistake is I need to set up the right manifold pressure when I do transition from straight and level stabilized attitude into wheels down, flaps down, final approach descending stabilized attitude. I should have power less than 15 inches. That's quite a challenge for me. And when I reset elevator trim, I should do that 100% without watching it, and then only then correcting it to 90%. I should change my standard operational procedure, because I shouldn't lose sight of my P-40 nose behavior. The nose shouldn't go up or go down. Vertical speed should be 0. I shouldn't climb and I shouldn't lose altitude, because my main goal is, and only goal is, to reduce airspeed. I do that with reduced power settings. I don't fix it. I don't choose 0 throttle lever position, because this is incompetence when you fly in group. You should have a little bit more than 0 and a little bit less than 100% all the time. And by reducing power and pulling up, you can maintain 0 vertical speed, and your P-40 or any other airplane will slow down. And when she slows down enough, less than 130 miles per hour indicated, you can extract flaps and lower her nose and advance the throttle a little bit in order to have stabilized flaps down, wheels down, descending attitude. I should get myself onto this straight of, okay. So East Lake should be on my I'm really fucking tired of this game's track IR wobbles. Why should it change center position? I can see that puddle. I shouldn't be able to see very small pond from such a great distance, such a great range. I shouldn't be able to see it. Close skull shutters. Okay, a little bit more, wait a little bit more, a little bit more. That puddle should be visible for me, so I don't want to get it on my 12. That pod and let's turn left, advance the throttle, 15 degrees bank angle. (240) is my new heading. No wind on this map. I will answer Russian comment. Привет, Руслан. Привет, Руслан. Я делаю трансляции на английском, потому что англоязычное сообщество намного больше, и может быть когда-нибудь, к сожалению, даже они почти не летают, но может быть когда-нибудь с кем-то из них удастся полетать. Русскоязычное сообщество, к сожалению, мизерное, поэтому в основном, если есть цель когда-то летать в большой группе, хотя я понимаю, что это, скорее всего, такого не будет, то есть резон летать с англоязычной аудиторией. В общем, я пока что настолько мало летаю, что у меня все часы налета заняты программой подготовки, даже в берлогу не захожу, а так можно было с 356-м сквадом полетать, но вот я все никак не соберусь. В общем-то, иногда я делаю трансляции на русском, иногда по-английски, но в основном мне думается, что скоро выйдет боевой пилот, и там, возможно, появится огромная аудитория английская, американская в основном. То есть меня не интересует Западная Европа и Британия. Вот. Американская аудитория, она просто огромная. И может быть с кем-то там можно будет полетать в больших группах. Они это любят, поэтому я думаю, что лучше в основном летать с англоязычной аудиторией, хотя я совсем мало с ними полетал. На Си-47, на П-47, на А-20 немного. Там особо нечего ловить. А с другой стороны, в плане подготовки и тренировок, оперативной готовности мне много чего есть делать. Может быть, сделаю боевой вылет на А-20, там будет русские комментарии. Может быть, с кем-то полетаю на А-20, не знаю, позже. I've been answering to Russian speaking comment. And let's hope after completing this turn I will be on my approach straight. I barely can see that Lymington. Where is it? Это Ил-2, битва, великие сражения, Ил-2, великие сражения. То есть, если ты покупаешь игру, то у тебя скачается, там она из нескольких частей состоит, в каждой части разные самолеты, и там надо смотреть на сайте, или в Стиме покупать, или у них на сайте. Но этой игре почти 12 лет уже, так что это очень древняя игра. И она требовательна. Если ты сам хочешь играть, тебе придется огромное количество времени затратить. И вот, к сожалению, для меня в этой игре нету больших групп, с которыми можно было полетать. So, Lymington is over there. I should turn right. And I'm quite low. I should climb a little bit more. Pull up. And turn left. Steam. Okay. Now I will check that landing strip threshold. When that landing strip threshold touches my left wing leading edge, that's gonna be standard overhead brake pattern initial point timing. But I'm too close. I must say I'm quite clumsy today, and it was 20 seconds when I start my overhead brake pattern. In case of group operation, the tail end Charlie, not the group leader, tail end Charlie starts that overhead brake pattern first, and he declares that time for the whole group, and next member starts that overhead brake pattern 15 seconds later, next member 15 seconds later more, and so on. And on opposite heading, on 2 quarters, they do respectively 15, 30, 45 seconds, 60 seconds delay add to those 11 seconds, and by the way, now it's gonna be 10 seconds or maybe even 9 seconds. When it's 330, I will level up and fly 9 or 10 seconds straight and level, and then do my final 90 degrees left turn, level up, in 55 seconds, in 0, 4 or 0.5 seconds I will proceed with my left turning, turn left. How does my airfield and landing strip looks like? Looks like I'm okay, not too far, maybe a little bit far, not too far, not too close, maybe a little bit undershooting. No, actually not. When it's 240 heading, I will level up and do my standard transition from stabilized straight and level attitude into stabilized wheels down, flaps down, final approach descending. I'm okay, not too far, not too close. Okay, level up, wheels down, throttle backwards and forwards a little bit, turn left, forwards a little bit, RPM full forward, elevator trim full up. Don't let her lose altitude. Do not let her lose altitude. Let her lose airspeed when it's less than 130 miles per hour indicated. Extract flaps, lower her nose. And advance the throttle. She is stabilized. She is stabilized. And I need to I had insufficient power settings. My bad. This approach is more or less okay. Without undershooting, I will do landing and then taxiing, and then that's it for this practice session. Maybe later today I will do Russian commentary 20 stream, maybe not. Reduce vertical speed, pull up, retard the throttle. Absolutely atrocious landing, touchdown. Yeah, I should practice more, but you will not do everything in one day. That's enough practicing for me. Canopy open, wheels, flaps up, turn left, 1200 RPM, retard the throttle. That was a apply brakes. That was I hate those short landing strips. That was quite long touchdown. Trims to neutral. Retard the throttle, avoid ground loop. Advance the throttle. I will answer Russian commentaries, Russian speaking chat message. Руслан, Cliffs of Dover это другая игра. Этой игре 20 лет с тех пор, как она начала разрабатываться, и 14 лет, как ее выпустили. Cliffs of Dover — это битва за Британию. А это великие сражения, игра «Великие сражения». В общем-то, так как я летаю, здесь почти никто не летает. Ну, великие Great Battles, великие сражения, я могу тебе сейчас в чате скинуть ссылку на их сайт. Сейчас кину ссылку на их сайт. Вот я скинул адрес их сайта, и там, если зайти, там форум есть, там есть магазин, где можно купить. Вся игра состоит из так называемых частей игры. В части игры есть карта, есть самолеты, есть отдельные самолеты, так называемые премиум самолеты, которые покупаются отдельно. Они дорогие, дороже, чем другие, но дешевле, чем часть игры. То есть, если тебе... А «Битва за Британию» — это игра, которая, по идее, намного лучше, чем эта, но она не оптимизирована, она очень старая, даже эта игра очень старая. А та игра еще намного старее, хотя в ней больше возможностей, ее многие с удовольствием ждали, но она не выстрелила. А эта игра выстрелила, и в нее играют до сих пор. Вот. Многопользовательский режим мертвый, буквально мертвый. И когда заходишь, культурных полетов ты не дождешься. Вот только вчера я смотрел трансляцию Барбулата, Сергея Барбулата, где он 50 раз попросил лидера замедлиться, сбавить скорость, и все равно во время атаки строя не было. То есть все очень плохо с культурными полетами. Если я захожу в игру Squad на американский сервер, там я хоть чуть-чуть, но могу отделением поиграть, толпой побегать, поддерживать других игроков, почувствовать, что я в команде играю, то здесь это какой-то полный звездец. Полный звездец, и это, к сожалению, в сообществе нет понимания, что с этим делать, хотя это можно было бы исправить. Но учиться здесь, конечно, эта игра прекрасная, здесь физика хорошая, здесь много самолетов, у каждого самолета свой характер. При полете по маршруту, вот на уравновешенных режимах, в маневренном воздушном бою, при рулении, если правильно его делать, у каждого самолета своя стрельба, свои особенности. Самолетов много, есть во что поиграть, но это все только при условии, что у тебя есть терпение, потому что учиться придется долго, много чего будет не получаться, то есть ты пришел поиграть, а поиграть, по сути дела, не можешь, у тебя все не получается. Я играю на наиболее реалистичной, вот это вот циркуль был, потому что я без использования тормозов вовремя не сменил левую педаль на правую. I've been answering to Russian commentary in chat. Ruslan, Russian speaking player, is eager to play this game. Maybe he's gonna buy it. Our community in this game is miserable and very small, so I'm glad to see someone could join this game, even though I will switch to combat pilot as soon as possible. I think it's gonna be in 2 years or maybe a year later. I will wait until normal taxi and physics will be available, and I will start on F4F. I will start from taxiing, practice landing runs, then takeoff circuit and landing. And I will not even switch to P-40 because I need to pay my respect for United States Navy history. I need to complete, to develop and to develop operational readiness training program, and then to complete that mission program, and then maybe do some combat missions. Of course, I understand I will not get any players who will do the same, because to fly like I fly on stabilized flying is insufferable for players. For example, right now I do taxiing without using brakes, quite slow taxiing speed. That requires quite a skill, and that requires patience. And I will try and get myself into that. Now as I start using brakes, because I will not be able to turn without brakes. Last time this attempt was unsuccessful. This time I will not be so greedy and will not get too close to that. Oh no, that's it. That's it, no more. So that's it for tonight. I don't know, maybe I will do another stream. Really don't know, maybe not. In 3 hours time on finish will be mission on Kuban. By the way, Hanska is available, this mission. Or maybe I even should do Chow and Bullet server, frontline server, in 1.5 hours time. I don't know. So anyway, that was quite a good practice session. It's all better than I would expect, and thank you all who might watch this or who may watch this later, and see you next time. Goodbye.